So here also highlight sales. If it is greater than 18, this is straightforward. This is straightforward. Here again, you have another example of target and another
Yeah.
example of budget. Try these out. Okay.
Okay,
Later
sir.
on, try this out. And otherwise, I'm sure you'll be able to do it. But in case you have issues, we can discuss it in the next class.
Okay.
Okay.
Another thing, let me show you something here. Like I have a sequence of numbers here, right?
Yeah.
And I want to, like these could be like the sales value or sales revenue or the sales target achieved by every salesperson. In that case, what can I do? I can go to conditional formatting. There's a data bar here. System will
Hmm.
convert this into a bar graph.
Okay.
Any color that you want, it will highlight. You can choose the color that you want.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in between, again, there is a spike. Let's say somebody's value changes 80, system will readjust it.
Okay.
Again, in between, I make it, let's say 5. So in case your values changes,
The
conditional
grade
formatting will
changed.
change it accordingly. You don't have to redo it. Clear?
So can you please repeat the steps once again?
Again, okay.
Yeah.
I first highlighted it.
Okay.
I went to conditional formatting. I
And
went
data
to
bars.
data bars. This you will say, sir, what is this? This I can easily do it, right? This is fine. Now you want to, let's say, have some kind of a, people get very, people freak out when you do some, amazing things with Excel. So something like this. Let's say I have this 2, 3. I had this sequence right up to 25. So I just highlight this, drag it. I can use fill also. So I can choose here, go to fill, go to series, and stop value is 25. Right? Now I again do this conditional formatting. Let's say I choose this color. This time I'm going to this data bar and I'm going to hide my display values. So my values are no longer showing. Showing whom? Showing the user. If I click on the cell, it is still there.
But it will not show on the cell.
On the cell. Like when someone is looking at it, they will see that graph. Suppose you are presenting, you show this graph. If someone has a question, can you tell me how much value is that? You click on it and show it to them.
Okay.
Now, taking this, Mr. Mukherjee, you are clear?
Yeah, I am clear. Yes, yeah.
Okay. Now taking this a little bit ahead. Okay. This one is also okay. Now you will say, sir, I changed this from 7 to 70. This graph changed, but this graph remained. If I change this, my graph, this graph doesn't change because I may want the numbers on one cell and a graph on another cell. I have a table. I'm displaying the numbers. At the end, I'm showing the value and the graph after that. What I can do is I can make this graph dependent on this value. How? If I put equal to and I click the cell, I can get that value populated here. So I get this one here and I drag it and populate it. So what will happen? This 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever value is here will come here.
Hmm.
Let's test it out. I'll make it 100. See, this changed to 100, but this one remained 10. This did not change.
Yeah.
Both of you clear? I
Yes,
came here, instead of 50, I made it 500. This value immediately changed to 500, but this one remained as it is, 5 or 17, whatever the value was. Now my graph that I'm going to create, I will create on this one. I will leave that original one as it is untouched. And I will say, let's say this one. And I will go and switch off the numbers. So it will display only the bar. So if I now change this to 50, immediately my graph changes. I change this to 20, my graph changed slightly. I change this to 45, my graph changed. Do you see the numbers changing?
So can you just repeat this process
Yes,
once again?
I will. So what did I do? I am using the values in this cell. I'm populating in this. Okay.
Hmm.
And on this cell, I'm doing the conditional formatting with data bar. So how did I populate this cell with this value? I'll show you one more time. I go to a new column. I go to this cell. I say equal and I click on this. Press enter and see, now it is equal to C9. Whatever is there, it will come here. Then I drag it. So all these values are, this is C33, this is C32, this is C30, whatever my values are.
Okay. So can you once again show me that how
Okay.
to, hide
Hit
the
the
values which you did?
Okay. Okay. You are clear about populating the value
Yes.
with an
Yes,
equal
that
to?
is clear.
Okay. Mr. Mukherjee, you are clear with an equal to?
yeah, I'm clear, sir.
Okay. Now what I am doing, I am going to repeat this. I'll say equal to and whatever the cell I am referring to, and I will drag it. Okay. Equal to and C9. For now, initially, I will switch this off. Okay. I don't have any rules here. So my values will populate. When I drag it, values will get populated. Whatever I have here is coming here. Then I go to conditional formatting, go to data bar and choose a different color, let's say. So now my number and the graph, both of them display here. Now it's a bit clumsy. So I want to hide it. What I will do, I will go to conditional formatting, manage rules. Then click on edit rule and say show bar only. You see this? Show bar only. Now this one is a gradient. Gradient fill means there is a slight, you can see it starts with a deep color and slowly becomes lighter. So this is the preview. If you want a solid fill, so there is blue throughout. It is blue throughout.
Okay, got it, sir.
Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Now, in place of this graph, suppose I change this graph. I want a different style. It's called color scales. You might have seen those heat maps or in the winter month or in the summer months, the weather charts, they show different shades of color, right? Very hot is deep red, maybe red or orange. So like that, you can have something like this. So what this does is, if I go back to the color graded color scale explanation, I have edit rule and I have three bands here: minimum, midpoint, maximum. Starts from green, moves to yellow, and then to orange or red. Now here I can change the color like in any other place. I can make this red, this maybe I will make blue, and this I will make green as per my choice. I told you they are believers in customer choice. So
Yeah.
this shade is as per my choice. I may not like it, I can go and change it. But in this graded scale, unfortunately, there is no feature yet to switch the display off. Like we did show bar only. There is nothing like show scale only.
Hmm.
So it will always show the number and the value. You can make it in place of 3 color, you can make it 2 color. So you have red and green, no blue. So you have red and a green.
Okay.
Got it? Now,
Yes.
another very popular way to use conditional formatting is, suppose you are doing a reporting status or status, or you are highlighting targets, target met, something like this, right? So again, I will have some numbers here. Let's say again, I'll take it from here. Clear the formatting. Here, instead of data bar color scales, I can go to icon sets. Icon set means I can use these icons. Like someone has met their target or someone has achieved more, then you can highlight this status: completed, not completed, or like these indicators: red, blue, yellow, green, shapes, up
Okay.
arrow, down arrow, whatever you want as per your choice. So if I choose one, let's say I'll choose the flag. So it comes like this: red, blue, yellow, green. Here I can switch off the numbers. So I will go to this edit rule and I will say show icon only. Show icon only. And I say okay, apply. So this disappears. So you have a status or target met, something like this. You can have this. Suppose someone's value changed to,
Hmm.
let's say, 70. The color changes from red to green.
Okay.
And at later point of time, if you want to do a sorting, if you remember, we had said you can do sorting also. You can do a sorting based on the conditional formatting icon. So you can say your green ones okay. I'll say conditional formatting icon. It will show me which icon I want on top.
Green ones, like whatever color you
Yes.
wanted to on top.
Then I want, let's say, red. And then I want anything else, or I'll say yellow, let's say. So I can do a entire sorting based on that. So let me highlight this. So I have this conditional formatting, sort by So status sort by this, first this, then this one I want on the bottom, red one, and this one maybe on the top. So now see, all the red ones are coming here. These are based on the values, right? Then the bottom ones have all the reds.
Mhm.
So this is one great way in which you can use conditional formatting. You can highlight by any of these icons. You can use different icons, like you had those wizards, you must have seen those, or review ratings, like
Mhm.
so. You can choose different icons here: traffic signal, stars, arrows, red, blue, yellow, green, or this network range ratings, this one, anything that you want. I want this. So accordingly, I can have multiple cells also. How many cells I want to highlight? So icon sets, and there are 5 styles here. One totally empty, one totally full, and in between 3. And these values that I am having, instead of percent, I can have an absolute number also, or I can use a percentile also, or I can use a formula also, depending on how I want it. So if I say number, then it will be an absolute number based on the number. So then I can say, like, this is 30, so between 30 and 50, between 50 and 70, and less than 70. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if there are any overlapping, it will say, so this one, you'll have to accordingly do it basically. So any questions?
No, sir. But would
Okay.
like to do some exercise based on this
Yes,
because
I will
that will
send
help.
you this. Okay, I will send you this
Mm.
exercise file so that you know you all can practice this. So there are a lot of exercises here. So there's no
Mm.
dearth of exercises. Start with the first one, and then you can, right from the beginning, you can start with the cell referencing, mixed cell referencing. Let me show you this auto sum trick. You do auto sum.
Yes.
Now tell me, I want to do a total of this. I want to do a total of this, total of this, total of this, and a grand total of this. What will I do?
Obviously going to put a auto sum on the F3
Hmm.
and we'll drag the cell till Q4, like Q1 to Q4.
Okay, perfect. This is fine. Any other way?
Manually entering plus and doing it.
No. See, you can do this. Okay. Or I'm getting column totals. I'm getting row totals at once.
Sir, you dragged till G, that's why
I
it
didn't,
came on the
no, I
G.
didn't drag it. I just selected it.
Okay.
I had this
So,
and I clicked on this.
okay.
Only clicked, shift, click, and then I clicked auto sum.
Oh, automatically it took it in the G row,
Yes,
right?
yes. So if I now do it this way, it will only take this much.
Hmm.
When I go this way,
Okay.
so you actually have to do it 3 times. Once this, once highlight this and do auto sum. Another do it here.
Yes.
Okay. Or if you want this, got it?
Yes.
Okay.
So these are like, simple tricks to make your life easy. You have a big table. We
Hmm.
usually do auto sum by dragging and, pulling it and dragging and doing that. So you can be, more smart doing it this way. In case you find this convenient, just use it. But mind you, please do double check. But because if you see here, this is doubled it. Okay, so be careful. This is now
So,
1978. Actually, it should be 989.
yeah.
Okay, so you have to
Okay.
be careful as well so that it doesn't mess up your data. Yes, please ask it.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I got it.
But that the whole purpose in showing you this is AutoSum can be used beyond one row or one cell, one column.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? Yes. Any questions on this? So do try these out. There are different here. This is like members. You can give a condition here also, something which is greater than this, or you can wait till we do the formulas also. You can do it along with the formulas. These are the function ones actually. So you can try sorting. You can try this advanced filter. Advanced filter, we'll do it later. And, this is the cell referencing, but do try this. Okay, there are multiple examples here. Like this one
Hmm.
is jeans price, shirts price, and there is a monthly reduction. Accordingly, the price of the jeans in January should reduce by 30%, February by 40%, March by 80%. Similarly here, January shirts, there's a discount of 30%. So 30% means 9, 30 minus 9, this should be 21. And ideally, you should, after doing this, just drag this. Don't do it individually.
Hmm.
Because if you have a large sheet with large number of values, you can't be doing it individually one cell at a time, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
this one has number of examples. This one also, this is how much of discount you are going to get. 2%, 3%, 4.5%. So again, you will have to do that dollar, use dollar to move it around.
Okay.
This one is GST. There was one on. This is GST. Sometimes we have those US dollar like conversion rates, right? So there also you might have to do a dollar conversion rate. So that cell will remain fixed. Rest of them will need to move. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Then shall we stop here? Or is there anything else?
No, you will be sharing this
Yes,
exercise
absolutely.
sheet on the
Yes.
WhatsApp, right?
Yes. WhatsApp, or we
Okay.
can email it to you also. I'll email it across.
Fine, sir.
Abhijit or Shravana from our office will email you.
Okay, sir.